the King of all the earth. We bow before your throne. Awesome wonder, yeah, in mighty ruler, King of all the earth. We bow before your throne, and we bow down and worship Yahweh. Yeah.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to another beautiful day, another season, and in fact, another episode of The Post. My name is Mefia, always on Praise TV, and it's all about Jesus. This is Christians coming together, discussing, topics that bothers on our lives and everyday interaction. So today, we're going to look at Christianity and culture, but after this break.
My life is brilliant.
Looking your best is not what your mirror tells you. It is the overall judgment by the public and otherwise the influence you make on them. At Face-to-Face Beauty School, we teach you how to stay informed, in touch, in style.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true.
Welcome back from that quick commercial break. My lovely set is by Furniture City. Furniture City. In fact, the name speaks for itself. It's a city of furniture. Whatever you need, quality home furniture, quality office furniture, garden set, just call the numbers on your screen. What they say is it's a home of quality furniture. My wonderful makeup is by Face-to-Face Beauty Clinic. Call the numbers on your screen on your wedding day. Just call them for any event and they will doll you up. Stay informed, in touch, and in style is their category. Now, the Souza Catering Services made me talk plenty because and I'm say, if you want good food, just call the Souza on the numbers that are on your screen. GH Media School, pursue your talent and nurture your desire. Any desire, any talent with regards to media, call the numbers on your screen. An elegant shape. Elegant shape. They shape to the skin. Call the numbers on your screen if you want to look adorable on any event. Today, for my guests are two amazing men. And just what I say. Mr. Herbert Atukwe Kole, a film producer, a director. He's directing Asasi Seaman right now. It shows every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. on GH1. Atukwe, Akwaba.
Yeah.
I should not watch it to Tumana. What do you mean by your heart? It's what when you bring to me, just say.
You need to shock.
When you just shock, it's a chum switch. Say, what about any brim? What by you? Okay, my second guest is Pastor Raymond also Achel Edwards, my wonderful person. He's a pastor at Authoritative Kingdom Chapel International. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And you're an entrepreneur. You're the CEO of LFG Company Limited. Or what do you do?
Well, we manufacture tile cements, waterproof cement, and then we also construct biogas digesters.
Me pacho, mami advertisement. Please, CEO of LFG Company Limited. They manufacture tile cement and moya tiles come.
No,
me kasa nebe a me statisi me dina. Min tuya dama. Anna, you're so good. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so today we're looking at culture and Christianity. Now, there's a saying that culture and religion is interwoven. They're intertwined. you cannot discuss one without discussing the other. Also, for you are a pastor, you are in the leadership with regards to the Christianity fraternity. Would you say, or do you think that Christianity has bordered negatively or positively on our culture as a people? And I'm talking the Ghanaian culture.
Okay. First of all, I would want to greet my father, General Elisha Osuechang, the General Overseer of Authoritative Kingdom Chapel. I think this is a very complicated question, and it's very, sometimes when you go in the direction of the church, it might seem as if because you're a pastor, so you are speaking in favor of the church. But to be honest with you, yes, Christianity has at least added up something positively to our culture. Looking at some of the cultural practices of Ghanaians. Before Christianity came to Ghana or in Africa, we also had a way of life. We had certain things that we do. Example, like human sacrifices and other stuffs. Because of the introduction of Christianity, I mean, we've been able to at least erase those kind of cultural practices. There were so many things that was accepted in our culture. Example, there are certain cultures you can get married to, I mean, any number of wives that you want. But Christianity has also erased those kind of cultures positively, I must say, yes.
Okay, any thought? Because I started your kind of human sacrifice, so there we go. So,
you see, when we talk about culture, we are talking about the way a group of people live their lives. Now, the word culture itself is derived from a Latin word, cultura, which means roots, tilting the soil. Okay, and when somebody is tilting or cultivating the soil, which part of a plant is found in the soil? The roots. So Africans or Ghanaians, we are rooted in our culture. Okay, our culture that we had was not evil. If you tell me that we were doing human sacrifice, I beg your pardon. If that is the case, then I can also ask, or somebody can also ask that, then what was Abraham going to do with Isaac? Wasn't that human sacrifice? You get it? So we are people, for me, Christianity, as it is. I am a Christian. Christianity is wonderful. But the way we accepted Christianity, we downplayed our culture. We insulted our culture. And now we are a people with confused identity.
how did we do that? How did Christianity insult? In which ways? Like, can you be clear?
We insulted our culture.
Yes. When we accepted Christianity, that's what I'm asking. How did we accept Christianity? What are some of the ways we...
Christianity traveled to many places before it got here.
Okay.
Christianity got to England. Christianity got to France, to Germany, I mean Europe, and then it came to Africa. If you have watched Christianity critically, wherever it went to in Europe, the people were able to imbibe some of their cultural practices into Christianity. So they never lost their identity. For example, some of the instruments we play in church, the piano. Do you know how come the piano was, we started playing piano in church? It was because of France. King Charles the Great. The piano was actually a pagan instrument that they were using in their own worship. And then he imbibed that, he brought that into Christianity. And by so doing, we play piano in church now. We play the organ in church. The way the priests dress, the Catholic priests dress, that was the way their priests were dressing. But they brought it into Christianity. When Christianity came to Africa, then we thought our people, everything our ancestors were doing was evil. But ask yourself, why? You see, we are having problems in even practicing Christianity very well because we are confused. There are certain songs I don't sing. Like Yenana Num Sumabusum. You understand? When you do that, then you are insulting your ancestors, and everything of your ancestors are evil. That is how we accepted Christianity, and that is how up to date we are confused about Christianity.
I don't know, but I don't think that song insults everything our ancestors did.
But Mom, let me come in. I don't want my brother here to get confused with the question that you asked. You asked if Christianity has added something positively into our culture, and I said yes. Now, when you look at what he was saying, it is called the culture metrics of Christianity. Now, the first Christian group of people who formed the church started from AD 30 to AD 70. Now, they were Jewish. They had their own culture. They had their own culture that they practiced. But when Christianity came in, there were certain cultural practices that was taken out because it contradicts what the norms of the Christian beliefs. So you would see that even when the Christians were called Christians first in Antioch, when you read Acts chapter 11, you would see that the Christians had a particular way of life that people were able to identify them as Christians. So when they got to Antioch, they never told them that we are Christians. It was the people of Antioch who gave them the name Christians because of their way of life. So we also have a certain culture. If culture is really defined as a way of life, then we Christians also have our own culture that we need to live. And when you see that the culture of certain society will at least will contradict what our Bible is telling us or what the Christian norms is telling us, then what it means is that you have to also take away that culture practice in order for you to practice your Christian belief. So you see.
Okay, so I wanted to. My next question would have been, what influences the soul more, like greatly? Is it religion or Christianity, or is it religion or a culture? But from what you're saying, it means that Christianity in itself or religion in itself is a it's a culture separate. So it's another culture.
Religion.
Religion. It's another culture.
Religion is religion.
If you accept it, you are accepting another way of life.
Yes. What I'm saying is.
So then we cannot say that it is intertwined or it is interwoven.
Culture is culture. Religion is religion. Within culture, there are values. Within religion, there are values. Are you getting it? Sometimes we confuse. That is why over here, we see everything of our forefathers as fetish. Because we don't even understand the difference between culture and religion. Culture is what shapes you. Culture is what gives you value, defines your value system. And what does Christianity do? It defines or redefines our value system. That is why when a man is born again, he becomes a new creation.
Okay.
All things are passed away. Okay. Behold, everything has been made new. Now, if you compare that to our culture, which part of our culture tells us that we should disobey our elders?
No, but is that not why I'm saying it's interwoven? Didn't our forefathers and ancestors join culture to religion in a way? Is that not why when we speak of religion or Christianity, it's difficult to imbibe it into our own culture? Because your culture need be any say you can say female genital
mutilation.
It's part of our culture, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it goes against religion. Why do we do that?
Religion. Which part of religion?
Christianity. I'm talking about Christianity.
Do you know that we accept in Christianity, we accept male circumcision?
Yeah.
But do you know that others don't like it? Other cultures don't accept. And even male circumcision is not a Christian thing. It was a Jewish thing. Are you getting it, Pastor?
Yes,
it was a Jewish thing. So it is called as, for some people, you don't circumcise the male child. For some people, you do. So we must be able to do the separation very well. So that we don't get confused. Now, do you know my problem? My problem here is now, we have used Christianity as a basis to disrespect our ancestors. And when a group of people disrespect their ancestors, they get lost. That is, our ancestors are angry with us. That is why we go through some of the problems we go through.
When you say our ancestors are...
Yes. Amongst the Jews, Jesus Christ, he never stopped mentioning Moses. He never stopped mentioning Abraham. He never stopped mentioning David. Who were those people? Were they gods? They were mortals who lived a certain lifestyle, who were leaders of the people. You are an Asante. You are
A Ga.
You are a Ga.
Yes.
I'm a Ga too. So you know Kintakitaria.
Yes.
You know Neo Kankwe.
Yes.
You know, those are our ancestors. Now they tell us
Okay,
that...
but when it comes to Christianity, there is nothing or little of what they said or did that has an impact on my religion as a Christian, my faith as a Christian. So if I'm talking, why would I mention them?
Now you come from a place, you live on a certain land. You were there before Christianity came. Now, the mistake we are making is, the mistake we are making is that we make Christianity look as if it is condemning everything that our ancestors worked for, which is very, very wrong. Very, very wrong. We had our own way of keeping cleanliness. We had our own way culturally of preserving our forest. Culturally, we had our own way of preserving our water bodies. Now, the way we accepted Christianity made us believe that all the waters, they are fetish, they are spirits, and they tell you don't go into the forest. Some pastor who doesn't understand culture will tell you that don't mind them, it is fetish. So you go into the forest that is being preserved and you go and destroy it.
Okay, no, well, isn't that because when we were being taught to preserve our rivers, we were also taught in the same breath of preserving the river that the river is a god, and we have to worship it, and we have to take care of it, and we have to feed it, and we have to sacrifice to it and pour libation. Isn't that the actual problem? Isn't that why maybe when Christianity came, it had to, in a way, make us see that this is God and this is a lesser God, and this, I don't know.
Should I give you the history? Or
Let us go back to the beginning of the church. Now, I spoke about the cultural metrics.
What's trending? Let's go for what's trending. We'll be back.
It's fun, and more fun at the Kids Place Playground, where the fun never ends. We've got the latest toys, gadgets, and rides, like walk-on-water bubbles, moto cars, the trackless train, swings, slides, trampolines, bouncy castles, mascots, costumes, and so much more. We've also got lots of food and sweets, like popcorn, cotton candy, ice cream, and a whole lot more. Our playground is open Mondays to Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. We also open on vacations and all holidays. For all your birthdays, indoor and outdoor events, call us on 026-737-5152 or locate us in Dansoman Estate, close to Goodnight Hotel, behind Datus Complex School. Come and let's have some fun at the Kids Place Playground, where the fun never ends.
Welcome back from What's Trending. Today we are discussing culture and Christianity. I have with me Mr. Herbert Atukwe Kole and Pastor Raymond also Achion Edwards. And before we went, Osofo was about to say something.
Yes, like I said earlier on, concerning the cultural metrics trend in Christianity. Well, you would realize that when the Jewish also accepted Christianity, it wasn't part of, they were not familiar with Christianity. Okay. It was something, they were all practicing Judaism. Okay. Now, their culture was also infused into their religion, that is Judaism. So they had certain things that you would see in the Torah that they follow. Now, when Christianity was moving from the Jewish land to what we call the Roman Greco world or the Greco-Roman world. That was somewhere in AD 70 to AD 500. The Roman Greco world, they also had their culture.
Their culture.
They also had their culture. Now they were into paganism. No, so how then do we translate Christianity to them? You understand? Because they know, they are familiar to many gods. They don't know one true God. They don't know Jesus Christ. So you would see that a term called Kairos, that is Lord, was introduced to them. So they told them that yes, Jesus Christ is the one and only God. You can worship God through Jesus Christ, and He is the only Lord. So you see, when Christianity is introduced into a culture, there are certain practices in the culture that you see that Christianity will take away, but does not erase that culture totally.
That was in the case of black people. That was in the case of
yes,
Africa.
I'll come to that. But when, let me.
Before you even go on, among the Jews, they infused their culture. It was acceptable. Amongst the
but yet they had disagreements.
It was acceptable.
Yes.
Amongst the Europeans, they infused their culture. It was acceptable.
Yes.
Now, when it came to Africa, it was unacceptable.
It was unacceptable.
Yes.
Yeah, that I will agree with you.
Yes.
It is very true.
Thank you for agreeing with
Yes.
me.
So when Christianity came to Africa, you see, they had their own culture. That is the Western culture. Now, when they came to Africa, we also had our culture. But they erased our culture. They erased our culture.
How did that happen?
Now, when they erased our culture, I'll come to that. When they erased there are three major things that they came to do, the missionaries. One was to Christianize the Africans, that is one, to commercialize them, and two, to civilize them. So they introduced a new culture to us, that is the Western culture. And they civilized us, they gave us education. Because back then, even now, it is still happening in certain cultures.
When you tell us they gave us education,
you see,
Pastor, you see, there is a history behind the reason why they enforced their culture on us.
Yes, there could be a reason.
There is, not there could be. First group of people who came were not the missionaries. They were business people, they were merchants. They came with the intention of coming to take away our resources, and our people resisted them. The same ancestors we don't respect today. They resisted them. So when they went away, thanks be to the mosquito who dealt with them. When they went away, they went to tell their people that these people are barbaric. They painted a certain picture about the black man to their people. That is how come when they were coming, they had their own system to come and force their Western culture on us. So you ask yourself, why is it that amongst the Jews, they were able to infuse their culture into Christianity? Why did it happen in Europe? Why not Africa? Until recently, you couldn't, about the early 70s, you couldn't wear African prints to church. They wouldn't allow you. People like Efremamo and co, they fought and fought and fought and fought for us to have some of those things. And today you see African drums and things being played in church. It was just recently, just over 40, 50 years ago. This is how serious the whole thing is. And up to date, the youth of today, Christianity is very good. I am a Christian. That is, the Bible says that I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes unto the Father unless through me. Accepted. And we can see the good evidence of Christianity. But then, we are confused. We have confused identity as a people. That is how come we can't even hold on to our God the way we should. We practice Christianity so much, and yet greed, corruption is reigning over our country.
So then I ask, what has it got to do with the church? That is one thing. Because, you know, when Jesus Christ was with the disciples, he served them as a leader. And the Jews were saying that it was not part of their tradition. As a Jewish, you don't have to, as a leader, you don't have to serve your subordinates. So when Jesus Christ was washing the feet of the disciples, they criticized him. Why? Because they thought that as a leader, you are in a certain kind of position that you rather, people have to worship you rather, instead of you serving them. You understand? So this is not part of our culture. When you are a leader, we believe that you are not supposed to be served. You don't have the right to serve. We rather should serve you as a leader. And that is what is happening in our country. But Christianity has a way of massaging those things. You understand? For a leader to be a servant to the subordinates or to the citizens. You understand? So the whole thing is, has Christianity brought something good? Has it made a positive impact in our culture? That is what we are looking at.
Let me, yes, if you be a man, so if you are talking about corruption and all that in the church, are you saying
I'm not saying
our
the
forefathers were not corrupt?
I'm not saying corruption in the
we
church.
heard stories of chiefs that will forcefully take other people's wives' lands, although there were beliefs.
I'm not saying corruption in the church. I'm saying corruption in the country, not in the church.
And why are you blaming Christianity for that? In the days of our forefathers,
I am not blaming Christianity.
In the days of our fathers, the corruption was still there, very eminent in chieftaincies and other disputes.
It isn't as it is today. It isn't as it is today. Now,
because we weren't as many as we are today.
It's on the rise.
Societies were.
It's on the rise. So what I'm saying is that
numbers.
What I'm saying is that we accepted Christianity for Christianity to change us. You understand? And we also have culture. And our culture doesn't allow us to be corrupt. You get it?
That is a lie.
Our culture doesn't allow us to be corrupt. Our culture doesn't allow us to be greedy. Those things are not, and I am not saying Christianity, and I am not saying Christianity endorses it. You see, all I'm trying to say is that, the very things, Pastor, the very things Christianity speaks against, our culture was also speaking against them. Yes. It's as simple as that. So why do you come? Why do you come and make us?
They didn't come to throw our culture out. I don't think so.
No, Mom, let me.
That is the way we accepted it. So we are confused.
Let me come in.
And
our history,
it even tells in the way we worship God.
We have the Asantes and the Dentures. They also have a history. Now, it is about the survival of the fittest. Now, when I go to war with another tribe.
It has been like that since Bible days.
Listen, when I go to war with another tribe and I'm able to defeat them, what I do is I enslave those people.
The Israelites and the Palestinians were fighting.
They go to war, but you see,
enslaving each other.
Now, because of their
even
culture,
the ark of God was taken away
as a result of war. Because of their culture. Now, because of their culture.
Because of whose culture? Our culture.
Their culture. Listen, when you look at where Christianity started, it started on the Palestine land. Now, it was being ruled by the Greeks and then the Romans. Now, they had their culture. Now, for somebody to be powerful on you, then that person needs to impose the culture on you. Exactly. You understand? Now, to impose the culture on, but when Christianity came in, it is universal. No matter where you belong to, you can still fit into Christianity. Listen, when the Gentiles and then the Jewish Christians, they had a conflict, they had a misunderstanding. Why? Because the Jewish Christians were not accepting the Gentile Christians because of their culture. You understand? So they were rather telling the Gentiles to be circumcised before they can be part of the Christian world. And then Peter came out to say that no, it is no longer so. Because once they have that repentance in their hearts, they can still be Christians. So you see, that culture was preventing them.
So they were not circumcised.
Listen, they were not circumcised. So that culture was preventing them from being Christians. Now, if we say we want to,
did you say the culture was?
Yes, the culture
of circumcision.
Yes,
was preventing them. No, it was because a group of people thought they were the rightful owners of Christianity. Therefore, the Gentiles are not allowed because of a certain culture.
Yes.
So why did Paul speak against that?
Paul spoke against that because Paul understood that no, it is not only about circumcision. Circumcision is only a culture. It goes beyond. For you to be a Christian. It doesn't mean you should only be circumcised before you can be a Christian.
Okay.
Just by accepting Jesus Christ. Now you cannot fit into.
So when it came to Africa, why wasn't it like that?
When it came to Africa, that is what I'm explaining. That when it came to Africa, it is not that Christianity has decayed our culture totally. We still have the Asantes. they are practicing their own culture. We still have the guns. When it's time for this homo war, they tell us that there shouldn't be any noise. It is part of their culture. It has not decayed it. No.
Do you know?
But however, you can be a Ga, I can be an Akan, and we can still worship together. That is it.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go for a quick commercial break. We'll be back.
Hello and welcome to CJTV Studio.
CJTV Studio has a professional ultra-modern television studio available for rentals. Our studio is equipped for the most demanding multi-camera productions of broadcasting quality. CJTV Studio is ready for use, and the rental price includes a technical crew, camera equipment, lighting, sound, and live video editing. We can also easily make live broadcasts on the internet. Rent our TV studio for your news bulletins, interviews, talk shows, fashion shows, webcasts, religious broadcasts, sports shows, and auditions. Contact CJTV Studio for appointments on the following numbers: 0302-220-715 or 0545-059-319.
You're welcome back from that commercial break. We are still discussing culture and Christianity. Awele wants to beat us here. Hey, you are the Christians. Let me ask Awele. Awele, why is there so much antagonism? Why is there so much debate and discussions going on against Christianity? Atheists are talking against Christianity. Why is everybody targeting Christianity?
Nobody.
Are you
saying I'm also targeting Christianity?
Yes.
I am not.
No, you're speaking.
I am not targeting Christianity. You see, you are not getting me. What I'm saying is that Christianity, we are talking about culture and Christianity.
Yes.
Christianity, from where it started, coming down.
And so when they came to abolish our culture,
everybody was given the chance to infuse one part of their culture or the other. When it came down to Africa, and Ghana for that matter, we were not given the chance to infuse our culture.
Why were we not giving the chance?
Which I have explained.
No, wait. From the discussions, the Jews, the Europeans, they were not giving a chance. They took a chance.
They took a chance.
So if you're saying that we're not giving,
yes.
I had to saw the fathers who brought Christianity, who introduced Christianity, forced it down our throat. No, they introduced us to it.
I have explained that the first group who came were business people. They came to have a certain encounter with us. They went away, and then they infused something in the minds of those who came back as missionaries. You understand? I am not saying that Christianity is evil. I am a Christian. But what I'm saying is that we, as Africans, we as black people, we were not given the chance to infuse the very positive parts of our culture into Christianity, as the other people did, as the Europeans and the others.
On the contrary, I thought that Christianity came to feed, if I say feed on, Christianity came to increase the good part of our culture, our morals. We're teaching kids, don't disobey, don't do this, don't do that. And yes, I would be saying, when they came, they added to that. When you obey your parents, your life will be long. Your life will be, you have long life. They came to, so if you say we're not giving the opportunity, we're not,
so how were we?
Because
I was telling
what
you that
was good was not taken out. I don't see anything that was good.
Those things, don't disobey. They were straightforward things. The Bible says, obey your parents in the Lord. Africans are also saying, obey your parents. You understand? Those are values. Those were our value system. I'm talking about culture, like he was talking about circumcision, okay? And a group of people were saying, because you people are uncircumcised, you cannot be Christians. And Paul had to stand in to condemn that. Who stood in for us? And I was saying that until about 30 years ago, you didn't even have the right to wear African, after about 30, 40 years, you didn't even have this thing, you couldn't have taken it to church.
How?
Yes!
No, if you say 30
you think I'm telling lies,
it goes
Pastor?
beyond that. No,
That is
it
not-
goes
that is not
beyond that
entirely
to the
You
days
couldn't-
of the slave trade.
No,
And
no,
we're not
no, no,
talking
no.
about that.
Ephraim Mamu was not born in the
Listen,
days
Mom,
of the
this
slave trade.
is
Even
what happened. This is what happened.
this thing,
in the
Akwaja.
olden days.
And
You
tomorrow
couldn't
it's
take that to church. You had to wear suit.
Mom, this is what happened in the olden days when Christianity was introduced to Africa. Now, Obia sorry, a few man was share or the nefu atari and I sorry because of person. Now, in order to civilize Ghanaians, say, oh no, Oba sorry, I share suit and I dress it decently. Because I conform, that is how they dress. And that is part of our culture.
You see,
Somebody who
this,
is a fetish priest will dress anyhow.
This is what we are
but when
talking
you are
about.
coming to God, you need to
This
be decent.
is what
So
we
they
are
taught
talking
us
about.
decency.
This is what we are.
How to
So,
be decent in
so
dressing.
did God
You understand?
invent the suit? Did God invent the
No,
suit?
God did not invent
the
the
Roman priests. No, wait. The Roman pagan priests, they were wearing gowns.
But
And then they introduced it
listen,
into
but
the church.
The Europeans
So-
did not
so-
know how
so-
we dress
so-
and how to manufacture our dresses. They didn't know.
So we were not dressing before they came.
We were dressing, but was it good?
What do you mean by
Was it good?
Was
Batakari
good? Akwaja, was it good? Me friend tomorrow me work was it evil?
No, you see,
No,
we have a decent way of
Once
dressing.
you see, this is what we have. This is what I'm talking about. This is brainwashing.
This is not
But
brainwashing.
If somebody who was wearing robe to worship his gods, listen, a priest was wearing robe to worship his gods. Now they accepted Christianity and they were able to bring the wearing of the robe. They were able to make it official for the Christian priest, and it is acceptable. Now, somebody, even the Christmas we are celebrating, if we want to go back, we will talk plenty. It is a festival that was adapted into Christianity. Even the period within which we celebrate Christmas, it is adapted. So if the whites, the Europeans were allowed to adapt, infuse some of their culture into Christianity, and it worked. What you are here, you are a Ghanaian, you are saying that we were dirty people.
Can I come?
No, he didn't say that.
He said the way the fetish priests
He
they were
didn't
dressing
say
was
that.
dirty.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Meanwhile,
He
somebody
didn't
was
say
able
that.
to bring
He
the
said
dressing of their
decency.
fetish into.
The dressing was.
No, he
not
used the word
decent.
dirty.
No, he didn't.
Ah, you
Did he
said
say
that?
Dirty?
I used the word this.
No, he said dirty. I
When they
remember
go
he
to the
said
farms,
dirty
yes.
from the farm.
Yes.
They come straight to the church. Into Mepacho will be specific. Stop bashing him too much. Okay, Mepacho. So would you say, sir, what if you say culture and religion? What about globalization? Isn't it globalization rather that changed our culture the most? Isn't it
Globalization.
globalized? Yes.
Globalization
Because, for
came-
example,
came
could we
quite
have
recently.
could we have stayed in the days? Could we have stayed in the days of our forefathers? Now that phones and I mean,
I'm not saying we should have stayed in the days of our forefathers. So that's not. Culture is dynamic. Culture keeps changing.
culture keeps changing.
Keeps changing. It's dynamic. It
So
improves.
isn't yes, that's globalization. So globalization came to change our culture
globalization. Our culture was changed long ago before globalization.
by Christianity.
Our
Is
culture
that
was
what
changed
you're
long
saying?
ago.
By Christianity instead
You
of
see, my argument here is the way we accepted Christianity has confused us as a people. So the way we are even supposed to practice Christianity, we are not even practicing it very well.
That is not true. You see, everywhere Christianity went, it refined their culture. It refined their culture. So you would see that there were certain practices that Christianity took out.
That I agree.
Yes.
But I am
so
saying,
the question
and
here
I am
is,
saying that
has it made a positive impact in our culture? Yes, it has.
on
It
what
has.
grounds?
First,
Give me
we used to have,
examples.
like I said, we used to have human sacrifice. There are certain times that even females will not be allowed to go to schools. Now, Christianity has taken away all those things. You can educate your girl child. It is now there. Now we have Ghanaians traveling outside.
You
Listen,
think it's
we have Ghanaians traveling
You
outside
think
to
wait.
learn other cultures.
Wait, Christianity.
You understand? So it has nothing to do with Christianity. Christianity has rather come to redefine our culture.
our culture.
That is it.
Okay, unfortunately, Awela, it is time we have to leave. Awela says that we threw our culture away when we accepted Christianity. And that Christianity, although it is good, he is a Christian himself, but he believes that we could have, infused it instead of totally letting. I don't know what he means by saying totally letting it go. And,
you see,
and also
what I'm saying is that
it has had a great impact. It has had a great impact on our lives because it's abolished a lot of things like human sacrificing, female genital mutilation, and other stuff, right? Okay, thank you so much for having me in your home. The show was The Post. My name is Mefia Bintum. Today we looked at culture and Christianity. And midje, the American say, me, I'm a Christian. So the American, with both of them, I agree with both of them. We are Christians. We believe in Christianity. But what I will say is that we are people. Culture is people. People before you can have culture. So culture is what we make, what we do, it's our daily lives. And as a people, we should know that there's a reason why God made us black. There's a reason why we are Africans and others are white and others are red. There's a reason. We have a bit of our culture that is good. We should maintain it, we should uphold it. That is what makes us Africans. But then also Christianity has bettered it because Christianity and globalization and come here and come share kitchen. Adrian kwa mukase coming to me betna and dan me ho and for wisdom any knowledge say embryo intining in aye. Until next week, my guest has been Mr. Herbert Atukwe Kole Awela for short. He's a film producer and a director. He's directing Asasi Siman from Thursdays 8:30 p.m. on Thursdays every day on GH1. Thank you so much. But you lie by the apple. Thank you very much for coming.
Okay, yeah.
And my second guest is Reverend Raymond, also Achao Edwards, also Achao me He's a pastor at Authoritative Kingdom Chapel. He's with Triumphant Temple of Grace. He's an entrepreneur. He's the CEO of LFG Company Limited. Thank you so much for coming. I see you are not happy. You wish you can also. You are not happy with where I'm ending, but I have ended. Okay, so I'm sitting in my adorable seat. I love my set so much. Everything you see on the set is by Furniture City, home of quality furniture. You want quality furniture for your home, for your offices, just call them. The numbers are there on your screen. Call them and trust me, your kitchen, your home, your office, wherever, your garden, wherever you need furniture, just go to the Furniture City. Where else? And I'm looking adorable because of face-to-face beauty clinic. Stay informed, in touch, and in style. My dress is by Elegant Shape. They ship to your skin. Call the numbers on your screen and they will ship you. Zesuza Catering Services took care of my welfare. If I'm talking plenty, it's because, like I always say, my main rough. GH Media School is the reason why you're seeing me in your home. They say pursue your talent and nurture your desire. Any desire, any talent with regards to media, just call the numbers on your screen. I love you. I know you love me and you love having me in your home. Until next week when you hear, hiya, it'll be me, Mefia. Good night.
We bow down and worship Yahweh. Come on, everybody, lift your voice. Let's worship. We bow down. We bow down and worship. And we worship Yahweh. Oh, we bow. We bow down. And we worship you, God. Yes. Hallelujah. Yahweh. Hey. Yahweh. mystery.